Hello, this is DD Gaming's Nerski coming to you guys kind of pseudo-live from my Justin.tv stream. I'm going to put this up on my YouTube archive. This is for a TeamLiquid.net post I'm making in regards to ZvZ. But it's pretty much will be applicable regardless of whether you're looking at the post or not. This is just a visual representation of what's in that post. Check out TeamLiquid.net if you haven't. It's an awesome site. No shame in promoting them. So basically, this is just the ZvZ build that I use that I'm going to be pulling up for you guys here. I'm actually going to jump into the game in just 1 second. But essentially, it's how I like to play ZvZ. It's pretty standard. It's just a nuance difference, I'd say, on what's pretty much the standard right now, which is either the speedling opening or a fast expand speedling opening. So that's just kind of my take on it. I think it works for whether you go hatch first or go pool first. So I think you guys, especially for like diamond and lower players, there's a lot of people who could take something out of this game. That kind of gives you an idea of just how strong the build can be and just what it does in ZvZ. That's a little bit better than some of just your standard, just trying to tech straight the roaches or one base plays. So we're going to jump straight into the game here. I do have the beginning on ×2 speed. Kind of want to get through this opening section just a little bit quickly. No real need to spend a lot of time. Angel Hunter is a 2600 or 2700 diamond Zerg, so not a total slouch or anything like that. Pretty decent player. Actually, I'm going to bring up the production queue here. So how I'm going to open is just on this map. Since Metal has a kind of open natural, I'm going to open Speedling Expand. I'm going to end up taking my Expand on 22. You'll see more details in a minute. I am going to slow the game down to faster as I start to actually do the build. 15 gas, 14 pool. He actually ends up 12 gas, 12 pooling. I don't know if he executed it properly or not, but it ends up actually getting him his pool later than me and speed at about the same time. So if he was executing it properly, I don't really see the point in 12 pooling. You end up actually with an inferior economy. He's actually building a lot of drones now to catch up to me because I was actually ahead of him in drone and economy. But anyways, back to the screen here. He's scouting me. I haven't scouted yet. I don't feel the need to scout real early with these builds. I don't think it's important, ZvZ. There's only so much you can do ZvZ. You gotta open up pool first. So until everybody opens pool, the scouting's really kind of irrelevant. Day 6 pool, you just gotta defend it with your drones either way. As soon as the hatch pops, I'm gonna get my queen. I'm gonna get out some lings. As soon as I hit 100 gas, I'm gonna get my speed right away. Now I'm saving the 50 gas. I probably could pull a drone out, but I kind of prefer just to leave them in. I end up spending the gas later in the game, so it's not really a big deal, although I do float gas a little bit. I could clean it up a little bit. Second 50 gas, I'm a little delayed here, but the second 50 gas, if I had the time precise, goes for the Baneling Nest. Back down to 21. I'm building exactly 10 Zerglings. I'm building 2 to scout to see what he's up to. I just sent one of them. Just got, will be getting to his base shortly if it hasn't already. I believe it actually already has. I did scout the Roach Warren. No, here he comes right now. I see he's expanding. I see he's going roaches. I see he doesn't have a Baneling Nest as far as I can tell. So I know he's teching straight the roaches. Now I'm going to tech straight the Banelings and expand on 22 supply. With my 10 lings. The one sacrificial one, these 8, which are the important ones, and then this guy who's just another scout for me. Now, the very important thing is, as soon as the Baneling Nest pops, I'm going to build exactly 4 Banelings. And that's really an important part of this build, I think. The nuance part of it. I'm going to have 4 Speedlings to defend my Banelings. 5, actually, although I'm going to lose one in this little engagement here. And then I'm going to have 4 Banelings so that I am safe to drone against any kind of Speedling pressure. There's really, somebody could try and snipe my Speedlings, both 4 Speedlings here. I can always reinforce a couple Speedlings, and it's going to be incredibly difficult for them to send 1 or 2 lings. They're going to have to send more lings than I have here to actually snipe a Baneling, so they have to send at least 5. which is going to make the Baneling fairly cost effective. So no kind of mass Zergling play will be easy to actually do damage to me with. He did see the Banelings, which is already forcing a reaction from him. He's already getting one Spine Crawler up near his main that he'll probably move down to his natural before he starts droning, because he is afraid of the Baneling attacks. But I'm actually not looking to apply a ton of pressure right now, but I will be applying some. I'm going to be just droning up really hard. I'm going to build a couple extra lanes because I am sending a couple forward, because I do want to apply some pressure. I don't want to just build the Baneling nest and let it sit defensively. I want to make sure that I'm applying pressure to him. So I'm going to build 2 Banelings and send it into his natural. But here's where I think the build, you're going to actually see the good part of it is he's going to actually try to go for a Speedling run by here. He's got a handful of lings here. Looks like he's got 10 lings. But he's actually not going to be able to do any damage to me whatsoever. I've only got 2 Speedlings and a couple Banelings. Tries to get the Queen, but I'm going to easily kill his lings with the Banelings, and then I'm just going to clean these 2 up. Because he doesn't have Banelings, and I do. Meanwhile, back at his natural, I did actually kill a couple drones. Building more Banelings because I want to continue to apply pressure, which is forcing another Spine Crawler out of him. He's building a lot of roaches right away. Spending a lot of his money to build roaches. Army values, I'm a little ahead. I just build around the Speedlings. Now he's going to actually jump ahead because he is building a lot of roaches. So his army is going way up because he's afraid of the Speedlings and Banelings. Whereas I don't have to worry about them. I've got 4 Banelings at my natural. I just replaced them. I've got some Speedlings moving around the map. I've got some Banelings that are going to be offensive at his base. And I'm pretty much safe to just drone away. I am doing the pretty typical thing. I'm building as many roaches as I have gas for off the 1 gas initially while I drone. Could have taken my third, in my opinion, probably a little bit sooner than I'm taking, probably by about a minute, minute and a half. Just little things I could personally clean up. Have my lings here. Got the Banelings. He's actually going to poke up and scout him, which was smart by him. I'm going to get this roach pretty easily, though, with the Speedlings. He's going to bring some more roaches. I was about to go and try and attack with the Banelings because he knows I have them now. But instead, I see his roaches out of position, which is going to prompt me just to run by. And I pick off a couple drones. And I'm going to try and snipe the Queen. Looks I am actually successful. So at this point, I think you kind of get the general gist of what I'm doing here. By having the Baneling nest finish, I'm a little behind in roaches. He's got a few more roaches than I do. But not so much that it's actually going to hurt me. And I'm able to damage his economy. And I'm able to force him to build static defenses and to build roaches rather early if he wants to actually defend. And it keeps him back at his base until he can tech up enough and build enough forces to push out safely. Whereas I, back at my base, because of the Banelings, don't need static defenses. I can save larvae that way. I can build more drones faster that way. Because 4 Banelings is only costing me 2 larvae. Whereas if I was going to use static defenses, I'd have to do a Spine Crawler at every single base. I can't actually apply much pressure with the static defenses. As you can see, this is where I'm talking about. I could have taken my third a little earlier. I ended up floating minerals for a minute while I build my third. I will spend them down, but it does slow me down a little bit. Got my first evolution chamber up, building my second evolution chamber right away. As soon as I have the gas, I'm going to start researching both +1 attack and +1 armor. Getting my Hydralisk then down. I'm going to be building some more Zerglings since I am floating some minerals to apply more pressure to him. Still building up roaches. I've got a fairly healthy economy at this point. Resource-wise, you can see I'm a little ahead, but not a lot ahead. But just even that little bit, because my economy is just that little bit better, really does help out. Allows me to tech harder. He's running off of 1 Evo because he is a little gas-starved. Actually floating some minerals right now, not too good on his behalf. But he's also been feeling some pressure. He's probably taking this third a little later than he'd like to because of the Speedling pressure. I did get a run by and kill a couple of his drones.